All right, guys, so we're going to go over some techniques here. All right, some more successes that Tara talked about. You can hum. La 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 la. Ah, na 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 na. You can do all the different vowels. And that's the chest voice. Now to do the head voice, you breathe in from your nose. Kind of like, when you're sick, you're sick and you have a cold and you're sniffling. All right, that's the chest head voice. So practice doing a bunch of that. That will register the higher pitch tones, the tone of your voice, if that makes sense. So you breathe in from your nose. That's kind of where the higher notes come from. La 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 la. La 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 la. You see how I'm doing the head voice? Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Now you always want to do those vocal warm-ups. I know it sounds a little ridiculous before you do any read because then you can add inflection, you can add vibrato, you can add pitch here and there. All right. Now, accents are necessary when doing voiceover too. All right. Like the learning to talk like this, rolling the R's, talk like this, you got that accent there, then you got that accent, and then you can talk like someone from Italy, when you talk like that, but you had to roll the R's, but then you talk like this, or you talk like someone from Brooklyn, or you talk like this, and then you got Scottish accent. It's very similar to, Italian accent, but you raise the pitches a little bit and then you go right back down. Talking like Shrek. You know how Shrek talks? He's like, Donkey, go back to the swamp, Donkey. Find the ogre and the swamp. That's how you do that. So that's where that registers from. Yes, indeed. But yes, guys, you noticed how I did the la 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 la. Now you can have a piano next to you. You do the basic vocal exercises, and then your vocals are warmed up. So let's do Ambros, okay? All right. I don't have the Pencil Man script yet, guys, but if you guys want to be on a show that I'm doing, it's an educational show for children. They're taking them away. Now, what is the biggest problem here with that, guys? What is the biggest problem with that? Oh, well, children are the future, right? We don't want idiots walking around, so we might as well come up with a good educational show to teach children important topics, math, science, the whole 9 yards. That's the thing. That's what we want to teach children, and that is what Pencil Man is about. Okay? Now, I am Pencil Man, the man of knowledge. Look at my shirt. It says the Book of Knowledge. Pencil Man. You see how singing comes in handy? Because Pencil Man, every time he announces himself, he always goes, Pencil Man. You know how he rolls? He kind of goes up, and then he goes down. Pitch up and down. That is the head voice. Now, when I'm doing Pencil Man, I breathe in from my nose and I go, Pencil Man! Look at the Book of Knowledge. Look at my shirt. I am Pencil Man, the man of knowledge. Look at my shirt. It says the Book of Knowledge. Pencil Man! See how you raise the pitch up and then you go, Pencil Man! And then a little vibrato on it. Pencil Man! See, if I read it like this, Pencil Man, it doesn't hit the same, right? That's not his character. He's an upbeat, cheerful person. So in that character script, you're going to add a little vibrato. So vibrato, think of vibrato as shaking your voice. Okay, that's the head voice. Now to do the chest voice. Okay, then you have different types of singers. You have alto, you have baritone, which is deep, okay, and then you have tenor, which is in between deep and high, okay. Females generally tend to be tenor singers, okay, but this is why singing is important if you're going to get into voiceover work, all right? Like I could sing Ambros, for example. I'm not going to do it, but if you guys want to come up here and practice your voice impressions or tips about voice impressions, That's what this night is about. Okay, I got into a class with Tara Strong, the voice of Timmy Turner. Oh my gosh, awesome teacher. So cool, down to earth. I can't wait to physically meet her. She's so cool and down to earth. So I'm going to read, okay, from Ambrose. All right. Now, this character here, you kind of have a little bit of a nasally cavity. You want him to have a nasally voice, you know, because he's an animated character. If you look at the character on the packet, okay, whatever character you get in the role, you want to make sure that your voice matches that character, okay? Well, hello, my adorable little Ixuzu friends. I'm so happy to meet you. I can show you my bubble filled with the obscene keepy pippets. Please don't send me away. I just want to show you the pip. Curse you, Zuzu! I will find my way back and destroy you. Every last one of you after I steal your canvas. Chavas, I will. All the power and damn adorable jerk will for me cast no mercy. You see how I go, no mercy. I slow down my voice at the end to add the punch, the kick, the effect, the dramatic effect. Because if it is a TV show, right? And this is a cartoon, villains generally slow down their voices at the end of the read. They're like, I will get you today! And then they throw in an evil laugh. Now that resonates from the chest voice. Okay, so you got to do a little deeper there. This is why warming your vocals up is important, as Tara said in the Voicelings class. If you guys ever sign up for Voicelings, do it. It's awesome. I've learned so much from just watching others. But I've been doing voice impressions for a while. But that's the technique, guys. Get a little gravelly, you know, nasally cavity. You want to push that into the back of your throat. It's going to tickle a little bit, right, when you're doing that. Okay? So that is how you do that. That is Ambrose. Okay? And when you're doing a character, like an influencer, listen to how influencers talk. Okay? The best way to know a role for, you know, anything is to listen to how the character talks. If you're trying to be an influencer or play a live streamer, be a live streamer. Start doing it. Get on stage, start hosting your own events, your own stuff like what I do every day. Okay, come up with the schedule. Okay, learn how you talk. Record the videos. Practice the pace. Beep, 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 beep. Now, if it really helps you to talk with your speed, you can have a metronome next to you. But you notice how I'm talking fast? I'm not talking slow. I'm talking in between fast and slow, but I'm not talking ridiculously fast. I'm talking comfortably fast, right? You got to have a chill and cool vibe, okay? You don't want to talk like this. You don't want to talk like this. Okay, that's annoying as shit. Do not do that, okay? There was someone yesterday who did that. Annoying as shit. I threw my headphones down. Annoying. You never want to do that. You always want to be cool, collected, and casual, all right? And chill as hell. People like chill vibes, all right? And that is what you're going to get. Yeah, check this out, guys. This is awesome. This is dope. This is the coolest thing out there. Look at this iWatch here. It's got this nice band right here. You see how I'm advertising it? And I'm chill and collected and I'm not annoying, all right? It's like having a normal conversation with somebody. Think of it having a conversation with somebody, okay? Even if it's a role, even if it's awkward, even if you're reading the script, okay, and the student are like, beep, beep, beep. You still want it to be normal. You still want it to be casual. You still want it to be collected, okay? You want it to seem organic, right? You don't want it to sound fake. You don't want it to sound artificial. You want it to sound real, organic, and authentic. Keyword, authentic. Okay, listen to how fast I'm talking. I'm talking at a reasonable pace, a little faster than how you normally talk, right? Because people's attention span is absolute ass on this app. But that's not the point. The point is, if you're going to play a role, like let's say this character here, all right? There's an influencer character here in the script, Twixie, okay? She is an influencer, okay? If you're going to play a role, an influencer like Twixie or whatever script you get, and it happens to be an influencer, listen to influencers talk, okay? Don't listen to those annoying ones. Listen to the cool, collected ones like me, okay? I shared some of those in the group because that is how you're going to learn, right? You're not going to learn by half-assing it. You're not going to learn by, you know, looking stupid, right? You're going to learn by going and doing it. Doing it, doing it, doing it, doing it, doing it, and learning about the head voice and the chest voice. Once again, let's go over the head voice and the chest voice. Okay, so the chest voice It's like you're sighing. You know how you sigh? That's where the chest voice resonates from. And when you get the head voice, right, the higher pitch notes, the higher pitch characters, that resonates from up here. Okay, and those notes are going to resonate from up here. Okay, it's going to feel weird at first, all right? It's going to feel very weird using the head voice. If you're not familiar with using the head voice, it is going to feel very weird, okay? It's not going to feel normal. It's going to feel very weird. It's going to tingle a little bit. It's not going to feel right. And that is what it is going to do, okay? So, let's go over some vocal warm-ups here. If you get ever into voice acting, always want to warm up your vocals, your registers, because your character might need to sing, okay? That's why we're having these voiceover nights, so people can learn techniques in more detail than what Tara did. She taught too generic, all right? I'm going into full detail here. I'm teaching all the tricks, all right? And be very comfortable in talking in front of a camera, too. That's another thing. If you're going to do this kind of work, guys, get comfortable with sitting in front of a camera and talking, okay? Like what I'm doing. I'm just talking to you. I'm having a normal conversation like we're having a conversation. I'm sitting with you. We're having ice cream, that kind of thing. Like, hey, man, tell me your story. What's your life story? That kind of thing, all right? But it's a little faster pace, all right? There's a difference between how you talk in real life and how you talk as an influencer, okay? And sometimes it channels over into real life, okay? I'm sometimes guilty of talking too fast because I do this so much, all right? It happens, all right? It happens. But if you're playing a role and you're playing a role as an influencer, listen to how influencers talk. Listen to me. Listen to how I talk. Listen to how fast I talk. I don't talk slow. I don't talk too fast. I don't talk like this. I don't talk like this. There are some influencers that do, okay? But you can't understand what that person's talking like. You got to find the even ground, right? So you got to talk fast, but not too fast so people don't comprehend what you're saying, okay? Especially if it's a read for a show, okay? You want to read it at a reasonable pace, all right? If you need to, get a metronome next to you. Beep, 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 and then start reading with the metronome. Like, let me get a metronome out, all right? A click track. A click track will help too. If your pacing is ass and you need to work on your speed, this is about the pace I'm talking at, okay? I like to think ice cream, man. Ice cream is great. Ice cream is wonderful, and ice cream is wonderful, and ice cream is great, and ice cream is cool, and ice cream is wonderful, and ice cream is great, okay? That's distracting as hell, okay? But start slow, okay? This is about what we normally talk at, all right? 154 beats per minute. If you need to keep a metronome with you, okay, because that can help you, generate your rhythm. Your rhythm is everything, okay? When you're doing voiceover work, your rhythm is everything. Think of the voice as an instrument, okay? People are going to say, oh, I can't sing. Well, have you trained your voice to actually sound good, right? Authenticity. It is the voice is an instrument. Think of it as a stringed guitar, okay? Think of it as a stringed guitar, and if it's out of tune and the notes are out of tune, of course it's going to sound like ass, right? It's not going to sound right, right? So this is why you warm your vocals up and you learn about the head voice and the chest voice before you read. So let's go to Ambrose again. Well, hello, my adorable little Zuzu friends. I'm so happy to meet you. I can show you my bubble filled with the Absorbo cutest puppets. Curse you, Zuzu! I will find my way back and destroy you, every last one of you. And I steal your chahas. I will all the power, and damn jerks will work for me. Cast no mercy! You see how I roll the at the end for that dramatic effect? Okay, if I didn't add as much inflection, okay, inflection means enthusiasm in the voice. A little, like, make it a little more dramatic, like you're yelling into a hallway. And you're scaring somebody on Halloween. Okay, think of it like that. Kind of like a monster growl a little bit. That's kind of where his sound comes from, all right? Make it like that. Gravelly. But that's using the chest voice, not using the head voice. But doing the head voice can talk like this. If you want to do Mickey Mouse like this, oh boy, how you doing, pal? It's me, Mickey Mouse. Oh boy, I found my wife, Minnie Mouse, over there. Hey, Mickey! How you doing, Mickey? So you go an octave higher to do Minnie Mouse, and then you go an octave lower to do Minnie Mouse. Oh, how you doing, pal? It's me, Mickey Mouse. Oh, I'd love to do Goofy. Damien, you damn Damien. Have you pent about rent money? Things are gonna get rather goofy today. You see how I go an octave lower again. This is why it's important about octaves when you're reading, okay? Because different characters have different pitches, okay? So if you're going to do a character like Ambrose, you got to talk like this. Have that gravelly voice that's so scary and evil. And then have that laugh at the end. And then have a little vibrato on the voice. So think of the vibrato as shaking your voice, okay? That's what vibrato essentially means to people who are not familiar with the term vibrato. That's vibrato. You see how I kind of shake my voice a little bit? Now, if you need to use your hand to help you, do that sound, there you go, okay? But that, you got to channel your inner monster, okay? Think of a monster. That's kind of where that resonates from, the chest voice, okay? And you're kind of going to the baritone octave here. For Ambrose, okay? You saw how I read him, okay? He's a scary character, okay? He's an evil villain. And at every single show, at the end of every single show, the evil villains always laugh like this. Time to die. You see they add that, and then they slow down, sometimes for a dramatic pause. Time to die. You are gonna die today, and you're not gonna die tomorrow. You see how you roll a little bit? You roll the words up, you let them drop. You roll them up, you let them drop again. Okay, I know all about voice impression stuff, all right? I'm not top of the line, but I could teach you a few things. If you guys listen up, you take notes, you will go far. This is what voiceover is all about. If you want to come up here and try the script, and you're from the class, voicelings, cross the guest box. I want to see what you got. Practice is everything, okay? Practice is everything. And, yeah. I'm going to post in the group to let everybody know I'm live so they can come on in. No, I'll just post what I got and just keep doing it every week. But yes, you want to do it, guys. Head voice, chest voice, gravelly, talking like a monster, chanting the inner monster, understanding vibrato. All these important aspects to voiceover shit. Yeah, that's how you do it. And then, like, to do Bugs Bunny, and what's up, Doc? I'm not very good at Bugs Bunny, but to do Bugs Bunny, you have the head voice. Hey, what's up, Doc? And then you kind of have that nasally cavity there. You kind of channel that inner Squidward too. SpongeBob, what'd I tell you about drinking that ice cream over there? That damn ice cream stand making all the damn noise. It doesn't sound good. I kind of slipped a little bit there, guys. But learning about vibrato. Once again, what is vibrato? You know how you're shaking a note? That's vibrato. You notice how I'm shaking the notes? And now you can do the lower octave. Then do a slide. So that's why you add that. Now you add that to your character arc. Okay, so let's do Ambrose. Okay, if someone from Voicelings is in here, give me a thumbs up if you're from Voicelings in here. This is what Tara meant by vibrato. You saw how I shake the voice? Right there we go. That's vibrato, okay? see, you hit the notes. That's vibrato. That's what Tara meant by vibrato, okay? Shaking the notes, resonating the notes, okay? So that's the chest, this head voice, okay? Once again, to do the head voice, you breathe in from the nose cavity, okay? Think of you have a sniffling nose, like you're cold, you have a cold, you're sick, you need soup. You know how you sometimes clear your nose and you're sniffling? Okay, it feels really weird at first. I know that feels very weird at first. But that is where the head voice resonates from. You breathe in from your nose. So just practice doing that. That sounds ridiculous, I know, but just get comfortable with the uncomfortable, okay? That's going to help you a lot to channel the inner character, okay? It's going to help you a lot. This is kind of where Shrek and Donkey reside. Like, let's do a Shrek reference here. Donkey, what are you doing? I figured a wall when you see one. Well, yeah, but it's supposed to go around my swamp, not through it. It is. It's around your half. This is my half. Your half. Yes, my half. I rescued the princess. I get half the work. I get half the booty. Now, here the big old rock, the one that looks like your head. Psh, back off. No, you back off. This is my swamp. Our swamp. Let go, you stubborn jackass. Smelly ogre. Fine. Hey, I'm not through with you yet. Well, I'm through with you. With you, it's always me, me, me. This is why singing is important. So how we did that pitch changing. Me, me, me. Now, guess what? Now it's my turn. So you just shut up and pay attention. You are mean to me. You insult me. You don't appreciate anything I do. You always push me around. You always push me away. Oh, yeah? Well, if I treated you so bad, how come you came back? Because that's what friends do. They forgive each other. Oh, yeah. I forgive you. For stabbing me in the back. You're so wrapped up in layers, onion boy. You're afraid of your own feelings. Go away. Now see what you're doing with Fiona? Maybe she did was like you. Maybe even love you. Love me? She said it was ugly. A hideous creature. She wasn't talking about you. She was talking about somebody else. She wasn't talking about me? Then who was she talking about? You see how I slowed down? I talk really fast, but then I slowed down to you and add some inflection to the character. Okay? You do this with characters. Okay? Slow down where there's dramatic pauses. And if you have to make a note, just a slow line to slow down, or drop the pitch, just a line down, or line up to raise the pitch, okay? Just simple things like that will help your read be a lot better, okay? I don't know. You should go with me. You should go ask her. The wedding! We'll never make it in time. There's a wheel, and there's a way, and I have a way. You. All right? And now where he goes, it's like, I'm just a big, stupid, ugly ogre. Can you ever forgive me? Hey, that's what friends are for, right? Friends? Friends. So, what did Fiona say about me? I don't know. Why don't you go ask her? The wedding. We'll never make it in time. You see how he does that inflection? There's a wheel, and there's a way, and I have a way. And then he whistles, okay? So whistling is important too, okay? Once again, my voiceling friends, if there's any voiceling friends in here, which there is not at the moment, I'm trying to teach you some tea here that Tara didn't have the time to teach you, but nobody's here to listen to it. But I'm going to upload the recordings anyway, because it's important people understand vibrato, and raising the pitches up, and raising them down, and pitches up, and pitches down. And learning about the chest voice and the head voice and learning how to sing comes a lot in handy. So, let's do this character again. Ambrose. Well, my little adorable Zuzu friends, I'm so happy to meet you. I can show you my little bubble filled with the absolute chills. Cutest pippets. Curse you, Zuzus! I will find my way back at you and destroy every last one of you! All a steal! All your chahas! I will all the power, and the damn adorable jerks will work for me! Cast no mercy! You see how I slow down there to add the extra effect, the extra dramatic pause? Add no mercy! Because villains talk like that. You notice how they pause? Add no mercy! And you kind of let it roll off a little bit. Mercy! And then you let it trail on to the distance there, like a baseball. Mercy! practice that. Think of it as you're throwing a ball. Throw the A. Think of it as throwing a ball, okay, and catching the ball. Catching the ball. That's the catching the ball exercise. I came up with that one. Work on that one. That's going to help you work on your pitch, on making it louder, more dramatic, more punchy. And it's going to help you learn to raise the pitch and bring it back. Because if you think of a ball, what is a ball doing? A ball is traveling. What is your voice doing? It is traveling when you're doing voiceover work. Bring it back. Bring it one more time. That sounds a little ridiculous. This is a little ridiculous exercise, but this will help you learn how to do this. I didn't even know why Tara didn't say this. This is gold. This is absolute gold. Think of the voice like a baseball. And what do? You're casting a or a vowel. You see how I'm grabbing it? It seems a little ridiculous, yes, but that's going to teach you how to raise the voices and add that dramatic pause and letting it flow. Letting it have an even flow. Okay, an even flow is going to make you kill it in the vocal booth. Kill it! Because you're thinking like you're casting a ball. What are you doing? You're casting a ball. I don't even know why Tara didn't go over this. Think of the voice like casting a ball. Think of like pitch. Okay, when you throw a ball, it goes far, right? The voice does the same thing. Okay? Try that exercise, the casting the ball. And instead of the ball, do it with your voice. This will teach you how to add those dramatic, punchy attacks at the end. Okay, like how I just did. You damn adorable jerks! You work for me in the cast of no mercy! Castle of no mercy. You see how mercy! And then you have the explanation point, which means you're yelling. Okay, so that's where the traveling, the like you're throwing the A out. So practice the casting the Okay, this is an exercise. They told me in improv class, cast the a little ridiculous, I know. Throw it. Throw the ball. Grab it. Throw it out and grab it. That's actually something I learned from my improv class when I took improv. It was the throwing the ball exercise. That is the best way to describe vocal warm-up. It's a good warm-up. It is called throw the ball. Notice how the voice travels, right? This is pure gold. I don't know why people are not listening to this. Pure gold. It's all right. It's okay. Maybe people will come in. Maybe they won't. That's all right. I will still upload the recordings. But yes, the casting the ball is a great exercise. Tara did not go over this. I don't think she knows about this technique, but cast the okay? Cast it out like you're throwing a ball, right? What are you doing with the ball? You're throwing it, right? When you play baseball or toss or something like that, you are casting the So, and I can do it with every vowel. You can do it with every single letter, every single sound. If that helps, you add the inflection, the emphasis at the end of the words, because villains usually slow down their words at the end to add that dramatic effect. Especially when they're trying to make a dramatic exit, they add slow talking. They don't slow it down too much, but they slow it down enough. Beep, beep. And then go back to the normal pace. And then they add a little bit of inflection. And then they raise the voice a little bit. Ah! My vocals are getting tired. But that's vocal fry. But that's the thing. That's how you do it. Think of the voice like casting a baseball. Do that. Apply what I showed you right here in this live. This short 30-minute live, which was just pure gold, what I just shared. Pure gold. You guys can watch the recordings, okay? Do these things. If you want to get into voice acting, practice the casting the ball trick. Okay, I don't know why Tara did not go over this. This is such a good exercise. I might bring this one up. Cast the baseball. Cast the vowel. At, 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 at. And the length of the throw, emulate how far that vowel would go. Or that would translate into the word, how far you'd make the word go. For inflection, that's what inflection means. Adding emphasis on a certain letter, on a certain word in the script to make it hit more. And channel the character. Don't just read the script. Be the character. You be the character, you will go far with voiceover work. Like, well, hello, my adorable little Zuzu friends. I'm so happy to meet you. I can show you my bubble filled with the absolute cutest pippets. You see how I talk fast? Curse you, Zuzu! I will find my way back to you and destroy every last one of you after I steal your chahas. I will all the powers and all the damn jerks will work for me in the castle of no mercy! You see why the casting the baseball exercise is important. Something I learned in improv. Okay, think of the voice, once again, like a baseball. Right, you're throwing the baseball out. Grab it. Throw it back. Pull it back. Throw it out and back. Out, back, out, back. It's a little ridiculous. I know. I look completely ridiculous, right? But if you're in the vocal booth, okay, no one's gonna... This is not gonna be on camera. This is voiceover work, okay? If this turns into acting, don't do this if you're gonna be an actor, okay? Or an actress, all right? Don't do this shit if you're gonna get in the booth and you're gonna be an actor or an actress, all right? Do not do this shit. If you're going to, however... I did my thing unplug. If you're going to, however... my gosh. I think my mixer is dying. My phone... It's all right. I'll be uploading the recordings. Listen to them. If you want to get into voice acting, out the head voice, which is, oh, this is the chest voice, okay, a little lower octave. So that's how the chest voice comes in. You just breathe in from here. Now to hit the head voice, you breathe in from the nose. It's like you have a sniffling nose and you're sick. That is where that comes from. And then you practice your vocal exercises. You see how I little vibrato there. The vibrato means you're shaking the note. You're making it resonate. You're making it sustain itself so it lasts a little longer. So sustain means last a bit longer, longevity in music. Okay, so when you sustain a note, you make it last longer. Think of it as, you know, how you have those beep, 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 beep. How you have those little things at the hospital that go beep, 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 beep. Think of it like that. That's sustain. When a note is longevity and it lasts longer. And vibrato is when you shake it. Now you do the head chest voice. I'm changing my inner baritone because that's where my vocals are right now. I want to burn my vocals out when I'm teaching you guys some techniques here, which no one is sitting for and listening to, which is just... I'm giving gold, and no one's here to enjoy it. But it's okay, I'll upload the recordings when I'm done. But yes. Vibrato, sustain, head voice, chest voice, toss the vowels like a baseball. One of the best things I ever learned in improv was that. Little ridiculous exercise, but so useful when you're in the booth. If you need to do that too, and it's a little ridiculous, and you need to cast the sound for the script to channel the character, because once again, you don't want to read the script, you want to channel the character. Okay, and once again, if you're going to do a influencer character, you need to watch a few influencers there who can tell you, oh, this is how an influencer talks. Like how I talk. You notice how I'm talking fast, but I'm not talking too fast, so you can't understand what I'm saying, but I'm talking fast because people's attention span is shit. Okay? You do not want to talk slow. You want to talk like this. This is the rhythm you want to be at when you're talking, okay? If you want, now sometimes for an evil villain, you slow it down a little bit to this. Okay? But you don't go but you go, this is as fast as you go, and this is sometimes as slow as you go. Okay, if you want to, then you pick right back up to this speed. Okay, this is why music is important, rhythm is important, understanding rhythm, because reading can be like a rhythm, especially when you're reading a script. And they're on TV shows, it's like a song, singing. I know there's some people who can't sing out there, but get into it. Or just snap your fingers, okay, while you're talking. Snap your fingers while you're talking. Match the rhythm with the finger snapping. You do that. Now it's matching my pace. Okay? It's a little ridiculous. Once again, all these things I'm teaching are ridiculous, but they are going to teach you rhythm. They're going to teach you how to do vocal control. They're going to teach you how your vocals not to fry out. I know some of the stuff that Tara didn't even go over, which is fine. Hopefully she talks about the baseball exercises in the next class. I don't know. That might be a thing that my improv teacher taught me, which I'm really glad she did, because holy crap, such a useful skill. Learning how to cast the vowels. Yeah. Hey, guys. Nobody's here, but it's okay. I will, we'll do this again tomorrow. Well, maybe not. Tomorrow is Artist Corner Radio, guys. So if you want us to play your tracks on this community radio station, send it to our business email, rhythmlines22@gmail.com. That's rhythmlines22@gmail.com. I'm going to record some more voiceover stuff now myself. And then you guys can hear it and watch it, okay? And I'm uploading these recordings too, so if you didn't get to catch the live, listen to these techniques I'm telling you. Like the tossing the baseball, I learned that in my improv class. Such a useful skill to have. All right. I'm going to log off for the night. Since no one's in here, everyone take care. Everyone stay safe out there. Peace and love. Because